What's up, guys? This is West Point Steve. I am submitting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from the SNES. It's a fun little run, fun little game. One of my favorites when I played it as a kid, and love to showcase this game for you all right now. Um, this game is a quick little run, like I said. Um, I have a new current PB for this game. I'm actually in 5th place now with a 29:25 run. I've actually done this in a couple speed runs, marathons this year. It's a fun little game here. The world record is 27:32, held by Mr. Knight. And like I said, this run is fun and it's quick. So if you would need a fun little quick run, here you go. This is a fun game to talk about and to watch. It's a beat 'em up game, obviously. You get to be the Power Rangers, and it also it's a reflection of the original series from season 1. So we're gonna get to it here, and let's jump right in. Let's just do it. Yeah, let's just do it. Here we go. Okay. Timer will start once you have control of the Ranger. Rita is gonna set problems to the city, Angel Grove. But at the meantime, here we are. My Power Ranger of choice is going to be Kimberly, as you can see here. So we're going to start off with Area 1, and we're going to play the game in its entirety with Kimberly until we get to the last 2 areas, and we'll talk about the last 2 areas shortly. Really, it's going to be pretty quick by the time we're all said and done. Alright, so we're going to, as you can see, I was jumping around hitting these gray putties right off the bat. These putties take 1 hit to get rid of them. But then there's some putties that takes a couple of hits to get rid of. And as you can see there, those brown putties were a few hits. We'll talk about what kind of moves I use here and there. In this first area, you'll see me use this roundhouse kick after 3 hits in certain situations. And then you'll also see me later doing some 3 hits with a downward kick to get rid of enemies or to keep enemies on screen. So right now in this first area, I'm just going to utilize the roundhouse. We don't really need to use the downward kick at the beginning. I did at the very beginning with the brown putties, but that was because of a certain strategy that we use with the putties over time. And we'll talk about that strategy later. Alright, we're already done with the first section of the first area, and then we see the boss fight that you're going to see. His name is Bones. He is from the original series, so we'll see him later. He's gonna send in his putties again, but here we go. Bow. Not many times we use the bow, but we will throughout the game. And then there's an opportunity where you see 3 putties on the screen. That is the maximum number of putties you'll see at one time on screen. Okay, moving on to the second section of Area 1. You'll see some birds dropping bombs. You'll see me taking care of enemies off screen that you don't see. Yes, there's a purple putty that's coming off screen there that I'm hitting. Don't worry about that. He's been taken care of. Alright. Power Rangers are so strong that they can take out, they can pick up benches and throw them at the putties too. So you'll see me do that there. And you'll see me do it here in a second. Boom, there it is. And taking out more putties with single hits. Lighter greens are 1 hit, the grays are 1 hit, and there's one more color that you'll see later in the game. It's a darker brown that they will go down in 1 hit as well. All right, bow. Okay, incoming guys. That is a precise timing on that hit. You want to make sure all 3 of them go out at once on that truck. Okay. You'll see me throwing enemies just like that every once in a while. Bow! So there's the 3rd bow. 4th time I use bow. Here you go, the dark greens. The dark greens are the worst of the putties in the entire game. They're the ones that jump around the most, and we'll see them more throughout the run, and specifically in Area 2, 4, and 5. Okay. Bones. Here's the boss fight for Bones. He's really easy. He doesn't do very much of anything. He will try to do a slash hit with his sword, but he likes to jump around. If he ever gets close to the corner, he will jump away before your 4th hit. but you want to try to hit him as many times as you can with 4 hits, and so that he explodes sooner. Once he's in this explosion phase, he'll do twice like this with no arms. And then what you want to have happen is where his head's close to the corner, so you can do all 4 hits just like I did there to get rid of him. And that is the boss fight. It is that simple and easy. At the end of every area clear, there's the password. And so there you go. Have the password for area 1. Alright, again, we're going to pick Kimberly for area 2. And area 2, we start off in the like little trees, but then we're going to go inside this like warehouse building. But there is using that downward kick on that enemy. I use that downward kick to keep the enemy up instead of knocking the enemy out with the roundhouse kick. It's a little bit faster than performing the roundhouse at the end. You want to keep them up as long as possible. So far so good. Throwing the putties together is important, and I threw those putties over there because of that barrel incoming. Just knowing where barrels are coming in, that's the point of this little section here. They will have rolling barrels in certain areas, but after a certain part into this area, you will not see the rolling barrels again. Okay, taking the kicks out there, using that bottom kick there is a good last finishing move on these putties after you just thrown them. It doesn't take much to do, but then sometimes the roundhouse kick is an easy way to take them out when it's the last enemy on screen. And there it goes, my finishing move with the downward kick. All right, throwing putties again to transition the screen over, and using the downward kick as a good way to get rid of the last hit on the putties. It's very helpful. And sometimes when you do need one more hit, that dive kick will work. So depending on how you want to approach it. All right, Gnarly Gnome is the next boss here for this stage, for this area. I always like to say stage, but they call them areas in this game. All right, the black putties will always have shields, so you'll see them here in this section here, and then as you can see, I was hitting them off screen to get rid of them, and there was actually 2 of them, not 1. Just knowing where the putties are coming from saves a lot of time, and if you can knock them off screen, the better, so that they don't take a lot of time coming in. All right, here's our first little climbing section. To grab hold of the bars, you have to hit up on the D-pad, and if you hit up right away, you don't have to like do like a flip and then grab. You can just grab it right off the bat, which is nice. And then we got these conveyor belts. We are now inside this building. All right, things are falling down that are on fire. Just watch out for that thing. But the good news is that it not only hits you, it can also hit the putties, which is nice, just like it did there. And the putties are just getting me right there, but that's okay. We're moving on. All right, so now to go down, you just press down on the D-pad there with the character, and you're going down from these platforms. Okay, getting rid of these tanks. There's your first med kit. Sometimes the med kits will pop up. Pick them up if you want to. Sometimes they will come in as a big chicken bone, so you'll see that in the next stage. It's pretty funny how big it is. Kimberly must have a big appetite, Ron Swanson style or something like that. Anyway, turkey leg, I guess you want to consider a turkey leg. Okay, taking care of the little laser gun thing that's going to be flying around here is important, because when you do it here, you throw the guy up, takes care of them, and now you have 3 putties on the screen, which is the most you can have on the screen at once in certain situations, and that's what you want there. Okay, this section here, there's nothing really you can do about this. You just have to climb through. You have to wait for the platforms. It's all based on a timer, and regardless of how fast you complete all of that just prior to this section, it's the same. It's going to be the same every single time, regardless of how fast you complete the earlier section. So the timer of everything starts when you complete the section with the last putty, that last purple putty back there, and then so all the platforms are moving at the same same pace, all that kind of stuff. So you'll get the same pattern regardless of when you've done it. All right, so we're getting to the fight. We're now getting to the fight. Here's Gnarly Gnome. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get to that middle platform that we have here, right there, and I'm gonna try to keep him on screen as much as possible by knocking him off the ledge that he's on and getting a couple extra hits on him. And by doing that, it gives me an opportunity when I use the bomb for the first time in this game to get him done with one bomb and not have to hit him any more times. And so we're making sure you get good RNG to make sure he gets onto this one of these platforms that you're standing near, so that you can take him out. And once you get him to enough hits, he's going to go flash all over the place until he gets to one spot. But you want to time the bomb on a specific time so that when he does appear, that he actually gets hit by the bomb and not disappears. And that's it. That is the gnome fight. If I don't have enough hits on him before the bomb, he will flash around like crazy until I get another couple more hits. That's known to happen. Sometimes the RNG is not in our favor when it comes to where he places himself and knocking him off and getting extra hits on him. So hopefully it works out in this speed run, but it's okay. I'm known to just take whatever RNG gives you and you just run with it. All right. So moving into the sewers, now we're just like bringing enemies together again. We had some purples and grays to start off, and that's basically all you're gonna see in this area. There's no other colors that will really show up in this area. I see I almost said stage again, but utilizing the roundhouse kick in this section here is just because the enemies are down and you can't really group them together and throw them. So inside this box is the chicken leg, or the turkey leg if you want to call it that. I'll pick it up for some health. I like to try to keep the health at purple as much as I can, because as you get to the later stages, there's some times where if there's bad RNG, your health will go down pretty quickly. But right in here is not too bad, not too shabby right now. Got hit by that little drill thing that came down. All right, moving to the last little section before we see I Guy. He will be the boss fight in this game, in this area. You did just see me utilize an idea that I use every once in a while, and most of the top runners use this idea as well. They will do 3 hits, then hit over, and then do another 3 hits, and that's how they like to approach it. I like to do the downward kick action to keep the putty combo alive, and it still works pretty well, for me at least. I think it's pretty quick. It's not as bad as the 3-hit combo, move your character over, but it's a good little strategy that I like to utilize. Here's the one of 2 times you'll see the yellow putty here with this little spike shield thing, but he doesn't do anything and you don't have to worry about him. So there you go. That's it. There's no real skip in this game that you can employ. There's just beat these putties straight up and just take them out as fast as you can. Alright, so one little thing I'm going to mention is about the Power Ranger sprite that you see here. If you look at Kimberly's Power Ranger very carefully here, you'll notice that it doesn't look like the Pink Ranger's helmet. And that's because they used the same outfit for all the Rangers. So basically, they did the Red Ranger's outfit for all the Rangers and just changed the color. So if you're wondering why it looks like the Pink Ranger looks like the Red Ranger's helmet and all that kind of stuff, well, there you go. There's the reason. All right, now another little thing that you can do here, and you saw it briefly in Area 2, is you can actually climb on the walls by jumping on the walls. And in this section here, you have these little pipes that are like shooting out like fog or whatever you want to call it, or smoke. If you time it just right, it looks like the fog is supposed to hit you, but it doesn't. At a certain time at the end, the fog actually doesn't hit you, or the smoke. I guess you call it either one. So if you time it just right, you won't get hit by that at the very end. Alright, so now we're in this little swimming section. There's nothing you can really do on this. This would be like, this area in itself has many areas where you can have like donations read and all that kind of stuff. These little sections here, there's nothing much to it other than just, you know, wait for the water to come right back up. So there's nothing you could do here. You gotta it's all based on the timer that's going on with this water going up and down. You can kind of manipulate a little bit of what's going to happen here, but not much. So what I'm going to try to do here, and I'm not going to be successful in this, I want to hit the putty off the screen there because the ledge is like literally right there. As you can see, the ledge was right there. One of the putties actually did go off screen and die, but the other one didn't, so I had to take care of them with the normal 4-hit combo. But as you can see, it doesn't matter, and it won't matter here on the timing. Like, yes, I got a little bit farther than what normally you would get on this swimming area, but I can't do anything else after this anyway. Everybody ends up right here like this in the water, still waiting for the come down and then jumping onto the platform so you can move on to the boss fight. There's really no shortcut to that whole area. All right, here's Eye Guy. Eye Guy's gonna shoot lasers out of his eyes, or he will go up into the sky and try to dive bomb at you, or he will shoot eyes out of his eyes. So yeah, there's not much he really does. You want to keep him. You want to keep him shoot. You want him to shoot lasers the entire time out of his eyes. You don't want him to go up in the air and like coming down and attacking you. That idea actually wastes a lot of time. But you either want him to shoot lasers out of his eyes, or you want him to shoot the eyeballs coming out from him. But in that case, they worked out. Once you have about 10 hits on him on his last form with the eyeball floating around, you use the bomb, take care of him. I needed one more hit on him, so I gave him one more hit, and he was done. So now we're on to Area 4. Area 4, here we go. Area 4, you're like in this hotel thing. Yeah, you're like in the lobby of a hotel. So take care of these lighter greens and then these dark greens. Dark greens make an appearance here, and the next two stages, the dark greens really have the worst RNG in the entire game. You'll see it in true form in these two areas. So here we go. We're gonna take care of these purples. You'll see a lot of purples and dark greens in this area, in this first section. And here's more. We got more purples and greens. The laser gun actually hit the dark green in the back in the off screen there right before he came out. So that was really lucky. That can happen. That laser can be very friendly for you to get the have it hit one of the putties for you. There's the turkey leg again, or chicken leg, getting the health. And again, see, these dark greens just like to jump. Their RNG is just unpredictable. They just like to jump backwards or get out of the way, not get hit by what you're trying to do, or not stay in the combo. And it's kind of annoying because you want to try to keep the combo going as much as you can, but they always like to jump out of it. Alright, we're going to go up some stairs a little bit here. Again, throwing them together is really easy, and having them hit the second putty is important because then the down kick actually takes them out as well. So on the fourth hit, boom, they're done. Actually, it's not this section. I think it's the next section I get lucky on. So there's 4 hits there. Alright, so this section here, now you got these light browns. You're going to throw these guys together. These guys can throw a knife at you if you're not careful or waste time. This is like a darker red color. I don't know what you call that color. It's like a darker red but not brown. I don't know. But anyway, took them out. They can throw knives if you don't play them the right way. Sometimes their RNG will let them go backwards to the end of the screen, and then they'll throw a knife at you. All right, like I said before, 3 is the maximum that you can have on screen at one time. And so this is what happens in this area. You got 3 guys popping in, and 2 of them are dark greens. Obviously, you got to take care of the dark greens. All right, elevator section, because you know beat 'em ups always need an elevator section. Here we go. Here's the elevator section for the game. You got these things coming down. You got these like electricity orb things that are shooting electricity. You got these spinning wheel things coming down. You got this gun that'll come down the side that shoots a laser. I mean, nothing really to this. Really good section for donations because it's just this and then a climbing section. But you know, they got together and said, hey, what do we need for a beat 'em up? We need an elevator. And so what should we do to the elevator? Oh, let's destroy it and then make it a climbing section. Okay, well, that's what's next. It's a climbing section right after this. So you're making your rounds, trying to climb. Megan made a mistake right there. I did not want to climb right there, and I made a mistake right there. I did not want to go that way. But then you got putties with guns. Hey, they're shooting guns at you. Hey, oh, well, that's okay. We made it to the top anyway after a little bit of mistakes. All right, we have the Twin Towers in the background. This is a nice little thing to say there and see. Some of the things I do like the old games is seeing that New York City like background and reminding the Twin Towers in the background. So that's a pretty cool little thing that they put in there. So I like that. Moving right along, I used that ledge over there to knock the putties off instead of having to do 4 hits with them. I just threw them over to the edge there and knocked them off, and that just makes those sections go quicker. And there's that ledge right there. The ledge is right off screen, and so since it's off screen, those putties have now died off screen. Boom, and I just jump up and hit the next one right into that hole. So since that happens, you don't have to worry about anything. All right, using the bomb here for this big enemy is really quick and easy. That enemy, if you don't use the bomb, is a pain in the butt because it goes all over the place, and it could go on the bottom of the below the platform where you're standing on, and you can't hit it. So using the bomb takes care of it quickly. You don't have to worry about anything. All right, here's Genie. Genie is very simple and easy. If you stay right here in the middle, you just go back and forth because he'll go left, and then he'll go right, and then he'll go left again, and then he'll go right. But if you do it too quickly, like I'm about to do here, he goes to the other side. But after a little bit, he's done, and that is Genie. He is very, very simple boss fight. He shoots out other orbs too that shoots out big lasers, and he shoots out those knives that you saw and those dragons. But outside of that, if you don't let him shoot him out, it's no big deal. He's very easy boss. All right, now we're in Area 5. We are now going into a cave. And this is the last area that we're going to have with the Power Rangers before we get to the last 2 areas, and we'll talk about that here shortly. Okay, so we'll take care of those brownish, reddish type putties with kicks and all that kind of stuff with combos, bringing them together, getting them hit so that you can have the bottom kick to be the last kick. But since I didn't get the second one with the throw, I took him out with the roundhouse, just like I did there. All right, and then try to do the same thing as I can. Try to keep them on screen as much as I can, and keep them standing up. I did the 3 hits and then over 3 hits method that the top runners used on that last green green putty because he was not being friendly. Okay, here's one of 2 times you'll see the putties with swords, and putties with swords will actually hit you pretty good. So this is why I always pick up the health just in case I don't do well with those sword guys. But there you can see it took care of the dark green putties with ease with the kicks, and got the kicks there on that one. I went with the down kick action there on that one, and it worked out. All right, missing the throws. Sometimes I will miss the throws. Sometimes it's just a little finicky like that, where the throws won't catch, and so you can't grab them and then throw them. So I miss it from time to time, but that's not too bad. All right, you're gonna have 3 putties on screen at once here. There's the sword guys again. Oh, I guess you can say maybe they make a third appearance. Okay, but that's the only time you'll see the sword guys ever again. They are done. You will not see them. All right. Take care of that guy first. Coming down here, they will drop barrels, roll barrels at you. And so it's been a while since Area 1. And you're going to see a strategy that I haven't used in a while. And here it is. Bow! There's the bow. So shooting the bow and arrow. Alright, come pick up that barrel. Take care of these putties coming in and there, in and out. Sometimes it is easier to hit them single-handedly versus taking two together like this. Sometimes it is faster just depending on what you're trying to do there for that section. I did not want to use a bow there. I wanted to throw the putty, but it didn't work out. But that's okay. And then there's the knife throw. Oh, he just hit me right in the face with the knife throw. Alright, so you got the thing shooting down lasers again. Like I said, the lasers can be your friend, and it can hit the putties. So it is a good thing. And then you got putties waiting for you as you climb up here that are waiting to shoot a gun at you. That container actually had some health. I did not want to pick it up. We are fine. Bow again. So that's the 7th time you've seen bow in this run. 4 times in Area 1. 3 more times just now by, well, the one was by accident. Alright. It's much easier to take care of the dark greens in Power Ranger form because that last hit has a big hitbox. And so here we go again. The lasers being your friend. Lasers being your friend. And then you got these dark greens. Like I said, it's much easier to take out the dark greens with the Ranger form than it is in Kimberly. Bow! So there's number 8 for the bow. Okay, this gun over here is not going to do anything useful. It's not going to hit me at all. I'm just going to ignore it, take out the putties, and move on. Alright, this section here, as you can see the RNG right there, the putty decided to go all the way back to the wall there. There's a gun there. Nope, not going to help. There's another gun there. Not going to help. I just took it out with a kick. It's a lot easier that way. As you can see, those putties are not playing nice, and they're throwing knives at me. Alright, here's another short little elevator going up. Going up the elevator. And now we're in this little section here, and there's going to be a nice little surprise. There's going to be like a countdown beeping noise going on, and then boom, that happens. Watch out for that thing. Watch out for the laser, the big laser that comes out. So this is what you do, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then bomb it. And then remember that idea that 3 putties is the max? Well, there's a good reason for that, because when there's more than 3 putties, like you see on screen there, it lags the screen like nobody's business. So it lagged the screen so much, and then all the putties die. Alright, so now we're at the end. We're going to knock down this door. We're going to face Dark Warrior now as the boss fight. And again, really quickly, all these bosses are in the original series, the TV series from Season 1. So, I'm going to do this 15 times to him, get the 4 hits 15 times. Now, here's the thing about Dark Warrior. If he goes into the corner, if you hit him into the corner, he will disappear and go to another spot. But we're utilizing this strategy where he's facing me in the corner so that I hit him out of the corner so he doesn't disappear. And so by doing so, it makes this boss fight easier, and it keeps him on screen the entire boss fight. And there you go. There's your 15 4-hit combos. And there it is. That's how you do Area 5. Okay, like I said, that was the last area with all of the Power Rangers involved. And so now we're going to get into the Megazord. So now we get to play with the Megazord. We get 2 little areas here as just fighting games now. Now we're in a fighting game. We're no longer in a beat 'em up game. We're in a fighting game. Well, actually, I guess you could call it still a beat 'em up. Anyway, so here they are. We're facing Mutitis, and he is taking us out here. But one of the things that I'm utilizing here is a forward slash and then an up slash here, and sometimes with a jump up slash. But in this situation here, he's easier to take care of with the forward slash, and as you can see, he's been done already in less than a minute. Okay. Finally, we'll end this game with Area 7. In Area 7, you get to play against Cyclopsis, and Cyclopsis has two forms. As you can see, we're on the moon. Cyclopsis has two forms. He has this white silver form here, and what I'm going to be doing is, as you can see, I'm going to be doing a jump. I'm going to jump up and do a up slash to try to get 2 hits off of him every time. So if I can get one of these 2 hits, that would be perfect. If I get 2 hits, that's even better. It's better RNG that way. In this case here, landing a couple of hits at a time, it's been good. So there's the first form. Okay, we're going to try to take him out, but he's going to block it. We like to call him Sir Blocks a lot because he will utilize a blocking technique the entire time. So as you can see there, the first hit I did was a dash hit, and then I start doing the jump and up hits. That's just because I want to get close to him right off the bat so I can utilize these hits. I'll be too far away at the beginning of the second fight to utilize that hit. But there it is. That's the end, and then timer is done when you get the final hit on Cyclopsis. And there it is. That is my PB, 29:25. So a good little estimate for this game is 32 minutes. Before I got this PB, my original time was like 30, like a high 32 minute run. And over the last year, I've gotten this down to 29:25 now. Finally, the sub 30 run, and there's not many sub 30 runs on the list, on the leaderboard. But yeah, I did this a few months ago. I've ran this in a few speed runs for Retrothon and Super Nintendo, SNES. There was like SNES marathon that Speed Gaming was doing earlier this year. So I've ran this in a couple speed runs already. And my times were like 30-30, like every time. It was good runs, well below the estimate that I wanted, under that 32 minutes. So I am definitely assuming and definitely confident into getting that sub 32 run. But it's a good little fun run. The watch, it's a great game. A very classic game from the Super Nintendo, and I really love this game a lot, and would love to showcase this game with you all. So at the end here, we're seeing the credits, and we get to see appearances by Bulk and Skull. Bulk is like giving us the I don't know what's going on. Skull is chilling with the music. We got Zach breakdancing for us. We got Ernie. We got an appearance from Ernie at the juice bar. So we get to see the credits and stuff like that. But one of the cool little features here at the end of the game is you see all those passwords that you're getting for each of those levels. Well, at the end of the game here, you get passwords, and the passwords are for the boss fights at the end here. And so you can actually one of the codes that you get for the password is a 2-player code, and this is the only time you get the 2-player option there. And you can play as Cyclopsis as one player, and the other player plays as the Megazord. So that's a pretty cool little feature there that you can utilize. It's the only time you can utilize a second player in this game. So that's a little fun fact for you guys right now. And as we are ending the credits, here we are, and we're gonna see this darkness, and we're gonna be like, hey, what's up here? Oh yeah, Rita is still alive. Okay, well, we didn't get rid of Rita, but she's still there. She's gonna try to create havoc. And there's those 3 codes, those passwords. Those passwords are for the last boss fight and everything. And so I say Finn, and please consider this game. I'd love to do it for you all.